everybody. We'll get started in a few minutes here. So just real quick, we're going to be doing balance video number 1 tonight. If you guys haven't checked it out, I put it in the chat down there. So if you guys see it, you can click that link and it'll take you to our website, and it goes right to where all the programs and stuff are listed, and it's directly to the balance program. If it's not on there, hit or write me a little message in the chat and I'll put it back on again. Sometimes it's a little bit funny. So if it's not there, just let me know. But for tonight, we're going to be using our Primal 7 system, and also have a chair or something sturdy nearby. Because we are doing balance, I do want you guys to have something sturdy in front of you for just in case you need a little bit of hand assistance, so that we're not falling over or anything like that. So what this program is about, obviously, is better balance. And so many of us have issues with balance, whether it be from neuropathy of our feet, or we just kind of gracefully age and we don't quite catch ourselves when we stub our toe on the sidewalk or something like that. So it's helping you get better reaction time. If for some reason you might stumble a little bit, it just helps you to get there a little bit quicker to kind of save yourself. And also too, it can stem from weak ankles. So we will be working on some ankle strength tonight as well, and some stretching there at the end. We had, I think a while ago, a Facebook member had said, hey, where is there an ankle strengthening program? So we have some pain relief programs and strengthening programs for shoulders, neck and upper thoracic, knees, hips, stuff like that. But I didn't do one for ankle because so much of the stuff that I would do with patients in clinic for ankle strengthening is actually the same thing for balance. So I just kind of combined both of them. So it's kind of like 2 for the price of 1, basically. So we'll be working on some ankle strengthening, which goes hand in hand with your balance tonight. Okay. So if you guys have, yes, Selena, the video will be recorded. It's recording right now. And what we'll do is I'll send it over to our video editor tomorrow, or tonight actually, and he will cut it up and then he'll post it on YouTube. So if you go to our YouTube channel, Primal 7, it will all be on there. And actually all the recorded live classes that I've done are actually on there as well. So it's on the YouTube channel, so don't forget to check that out. I'll try to remind you guys at the end, okay? So have your system set up. My system is set up on my door here. Some people have it on a bar, but if you have it on a door, make sure you have it on a door that's opening away from you, okay? The reason why is because we want to use the door frame as the actual support instead of the door, okay? So just a little tip there to make sure you have the door opening away from you, just so that the frame is supporting you better. Make sure that you've got kind of a space cleared. I do have a rug right here, and sometimes with balance, rugs aren't the greatest because they're a little bit uneven, but it's a big rug and I couldn't move it. And also make sure that you have your furry dog out of the way as well. He can be a little bit of a balance issue as well. I always tell my patients that have balance issues or have had frequent falls that if you have small pets or bigger pets in your house, please just be aware of them if you are prone to tripping or losing your balance, just so that you're a little bit more aware so you're not tripping over your beloved pets. So I'm going to have to kick Buddy out of here in a little bit. Thank you, Nancy. Sure, and Selena said your system outside, so you're observing. That's perfect, no problem at all. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's get out of the way. You can come over here and lay down. You can come there or go over there. Yep. Okay, he might brace us with his presence again later. He likes to kind of just roam around through here and kind of find me. So if he comes in here, well, he might challenge my balance just a little bit, okay? Let me just check something here real fast and then we'll get going. Okay.
Should we put the belt on
All
our
right.
things?
Okay, so little introduction here. Hi guys, my name is Jenna Ellis. I am program director and physical therapist for Primal 7. I have designed and recorded all these videos that you guys have seen on our website and on our YouTube channel. And tonight's episode of what we're going to do is Better Balance video number 1. So we released the Balance series, I think it was last month, maybe a few weeks ago. And it's a great little series to help anybody who has issues with their balance or wants a little bit more strength for your ankles as well. So as I was saying earlier, it's kind of 2 for the price of 1 for patients that I have in clinic. A lot of my ankle strengthening is actually balance exercises and vice versa. So we will be working on both, okay? What we'll do is we'll come into the band and we'll do 2 rounds of preparation. In preparation, we're gonna do a hamstring stretch 3 times for 10 seconds on each leg. We'll do everything on the right side and then everything on the left. After that, we'll put the band around our base of our chest and we'll come on out. Make sure you do have a chair handy for just a little bit of hand support so we're not kind of flopping around all over the place. And we'll be doing heel raise holds, okay? So everything is gonna be holding. What we're doing tonight is we're practicing alignments, okay? Stacking the joints of the body one on top of the other so that we have good movement and good movement mechanics so that it can kind of continue on down the road when we go to video number 2 with repetitions. After the heel raise hold, we're going to do toe raise hold. So it'll look kind of like this, just raising your toes up. Heel raises where we'll be up like this. So we're going to do 2 rounds of preparation. Then we'll move on to training. In training, we're going to do tandem balance. So tandem is 1 foot in front of the other. Okay, so we'll do 30 seconds with the right foot in front and then 30 seconds with the left foot in front. And the reason why, again, we have the chair here is so you can have your hands just hovering over the chair, okay? Or if you need to, you can put a finger or a hand on there just in case your balance is really kind of, if you're a little bit worried about it, your chair is there for just in case. After tandem, we're gonna go to single leg balance. So standing on 1 foot, okay? We'll do 30 seconds on each side there. After that, we're gonna do a double leg reach. So both feet are gonna come together as close as you can. And all we're gonna do is reach forward out of your base of support, and then we're gonna come back up. So it's kind of like we're hinging at our hips forward. You're gonna go forward until you feel your toes kind of grab. It's kind of like you're peering over the edge of a cliff, okay? After that, we're gonna do single leg march alternating. So we're just gonna do our marching. We've done that in a couple other series there, so we'll go over it a little bit more in depth when we get to it. And then finally, we will get to restoration, where we're going to do a calf stretch. So this guy here. And then we'll do rotations where we're laying on the ground and our legs are just like windshield wipers and we're going side to side, and then knees to chest as well. And when we get to those, I'll tell you exactly why I included those in this program, okay? All right, so without further ado, we will get into the band here. So what we're first gonna do, my band is set up to about my ankle height here. That's just my good setup there. I'd say in between ankle height to about mid shin is a good place. I do have my rings locked in the 9 hook and stowed, so they're not flopping all over the place and banging into my door, making a lot of noise, okay? So first thing we're gonna do, come on into your system here, and we're gonna do a hamstring stretch. So you're gonna center your left leg underneath your body, and your right foot is gonna come in the center of the band, all right? So from here, I'm gonna kind of push forward and straighten out my leg, okay? So I feel a good stretch in the back of my thigh. So we're stretching out that hamstring. We'll hold here for 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Gently bend that right knee, okay? And then we're gonna go right back out again. We're gonna do 3 times on this right side. Hold here. You notice I'm pushing my hands out on green to give myself a bigger stretch. I'm not really leaning forward as much, okay? 3, 2, and 1. Bend that right knee. Hang out for a second, and then we're gonna go back out again. Ready, set, and go. You'll notice too that my plant leg, my left leg, is all the way planted flat on the floor. I'm not up on my toes, okay? So make sure that foot is flat. 3, 2, 1, bend your knee. All right, bring your right foot back, kind of reset, get everything ready. Now center your right foot directly underneath your body, all right? And then your left arch is gonna go in the center of that band. Same thing, press out on green, stop when you feel a good stretch in the back of your hamstring or the back of your thigh, all right? Hold here. 3, 2, 1, bend your knee. Hang out here a second. All right, round 2, here we go. And the reason why I put this hamstring stretches in here, it just helps loosen up our lower body, help us get actually a little bit of balance in with this one leg down, okay? So go ahead and bend that knee again. Hang out here a second, get your bearings, and then we'll go again. Last one here. Again, we're just holding for 10 seconds. Nice, easy, deep breaths, which each one, if you want to try to stretch out just a little bit further, you can. And relax back down. Okay, all right, so both feet can come back down on the ground. What we're gonna do now is heel raise holds. So I'm gonna walk my band out to my chair. I'm gonna put the band at the base of my chest. So base of my chest here, think for men, it's just kind of at the bottom of your rib cage. For women, think sports bra line, okay? So base of my chest here. I'm gonna come into my lean, okay? So if you watched our other programs, you'll notice we just talk about our primal lean a lot, where our ears, shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle all line up in a diagonal line, okay? So I'm gonna put my hands on my chair. From here, all I'm gonna do is raise up onto the ball of my foot, all right? So my heels are off the ground, abs in nice and tight. We're gonna hold here for 10 seconds, 3 times. All right, so now we're gonna work on a little bit of ankle strength, okay? Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. All right, shake it out for a second. All right, staying in that lean again, coming on up. Again, abs are nice and tight. If you notice my body is in a straight line, I'm not pushing my butt back or arching my back forward like this. I'm in a nice straight line on a diagonal. Relax down. And then one more, lifting on up. I just have a light hand hold here on my chair. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. So what that was doing is it was strengthening our calf muscles and our Achilles tendon back here, all right? That helps stabilize our ankle and helps us push off when we go to walk, all right? So the next one, we're gonna stay in the same position. So band at the base of our chest. Feet are hips width apart. We're gonna do toe raises now. So all you're gonna do is lift your toes off the floor, hold here. It's actually a really small movement. You might not feel like you're doing very much, but you're really firing up the front part of your shin bone, shin muscles there. Relax down. There's a couple of them that lift our foot up like this, so that's what we are working on. Go ahead and lift again. Again, you might not feel like you're really going far anywhere, but it's helping strengthen those muscles that help lift your foot up so you don't stub your toe on the sidewalk and lose your balance. Relax down, shake it out a second. And now one more time, go ahead and lift the toes. Our tendency here when we lift the toes is to kind of stick our butt back to get a little bit more range of motion. Make sure you're not doing that. Stay in your line, okay? Just lifting those toes up a little bit and relax down. All right, so that's round 1 of preparation. We're gonna go back and do it all over again. All right, so 2 rounds here. We're gonna go back to our hamstring stretch, centering our left foot under our body and then a right foot in the band. Go ahead and push on out. We'll hold here for 10 seconds. So round 2, you kind of know what to expect now, okay? I won't do as much teaching here. In 3, 2, 1, bend your right knee, pause, and then come back out again. Push out on your green strap, stop into when you feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg. You might be able to stretch further than me, or you might be a little less than me. Everybody has their own flexibility, so go to where you're comfortable. Bend your knee, hold for a second, and that back out. Last one on this right side here. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knee. All right, now recenter. Put your right foot underneath your body, and now your left arch is going to go in the band. Go ahead and press on out, hold here. Nice, deep, even breaths. If you kind of look about 10 feet in front of you, find something to kind of watch. You can keep your balance a little bit like that, kind of helps out a bit. Go ahead and bend that left knee. And now push out again. Number 2. One side might be a little less flexible than the other. For me, it's my left. Completely fine, that's normal. Go ahead and bend that knee. I just need to work a little bit harder on my left side to keep up with my right then, I guess. All right, last one here. Nice deep breaths. In 3, 2, 1, bend your knee. All right, both feet can come back down squarely on the floor. Now we're gonna walk back out. The band goes at the base of our chest again. Hands can come on your chair. Feet hips width apart, okay? Abs in tight, squeeze your butt. Lift up onto the ball of your toes. All right, we'll hold here. When I say abs are nice and tight, think about trying to get into a really tight pair of jeans, like you're zipping it up, trying to get in, okay? And relax back down. Shake it out a little bit. All right, back up again. Hold here. In 3, 2, 1, relax down. One more time here with heel raises. Go ahead and lift on up. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1, and relax down. All right, you can come stand all the way up, shake your legs out if you need. We're gonna go into our toe raises again now, okay? So feet hips width apart, I'm in my lean. Ready, set, and lift. Just those little toes. For here, if you want to be a little bit more upright, that's completely fine. It's kind of hard to actually lift when you're in a really big lean. So if you're a little bit more upright here, completely fine. If you're more upright, you just need to make sure that all your joints are stacked one on top of the other, and I'm not kicking my butt back or forward. Relax the feet, and shake it out. All right, number 2, go ahead and lift. You can start to feel them kind of firing up a little bit. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1, and rest. And then we'll do one more here. Ready, set, and go. Lift. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. All right, so that is the end of preparation. We're gonna move now into training. All right, so we're gonna go with tandem first. Tandem is one foot in front of the other, okay? So if you ever see somebody who might have had a little bit too much to drink and they get pulled over and they have them go one foot in front of the other, that's tandem, all right? So from here, I'm gonna put the band at the base of my chest. Just in the back of your mind, if you get a little bit more advanced and you're feeling pretty good about tandem or any of these, if you put the band at your hips, it's a little less support, so you have to work a little bit harder. For tonight's purposes though, I'm gonna put my band at the base of my chest. All right, so from here, I'm in a little bit of a lean, not very exaggerated at all. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my right foot in front of my left, okay? And then I'm gonna hold my balance here. So heel to toe. You can have your hand on the chair, light pressure if you'd like, or you can just hover your hand over top of the chair, okay? We're gonna be holding here for 30 seconds. When you're doing this, I want you to think about squeezing your glutes, squeeze your outer hips in, okay? Abs in nice and tight. Your hips are actually really, really important for balance. They help regulate your hips going up and down. So good thing to have them strong. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet back together. Then put the left foot in front of the right. All right, hold here. 30 seconds again. Abs are nice and tight. Squeeze your butt. Eventually, this will get harder. So in video number 2, we start with head turns and nods. So we turn our head side to side and up and down. Video number 3 gets even tougher, and we close our eyes in video number 3. So we're taking away our vision component in 3, okay? And relax. So that's tandem. Now we're gonna move on to single leg march, or single leg hold, sorry. All right, so band still stays at the base of my chest. I'm gonna start with my right foot. So from here, all I'm gonna do is lift my left foot up and hold my balance on my right leg, okay? You can have a light finger touch on the chair if you need, or you can hover it over the chair, okay? That makes it harder. While we're doing this, I want you to think about really squeezing your right glute. When you do that, it helps stabilize your hips so that your hip isn't dropping down to the left side, all right? Abs nice and tight, squeeze your right glute as much as you can. Almost there, hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Put that left foot down, kind of shake it out a little bit. All right, now we're gonna center that left leg underneath us, okay? Abs nice and tight. Squeeze your left glute really tight now. All right, hold the balance on your left side now. Again, hands can hover over the chair, or you can have a light 1 to 2 fingers if you need, wherever you're at in your balance journey right now, okay? Keep holding here. You might feel your foot kind of wobbling and you get the wobbles and kind of all over the place. If you need to touch, that's completely fine. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. All right, so quick little intermission here so I can show you guys real quick what I mean by squeezing your butt on your plant leg. So let's say I'm standing on my right leg like this. See how my hips are nice and level? If I'm not squeezing my glute on my right side, or if I have a weakness here, watch what happens. My hip dips down. Look at my knee. My knee comes caving in and crashing in towards my other side. So when I squeeze my glute, it helps keep my hips nice and level and keep my knee in line with my leg as well. When we're crashing our knee in like this, we've got a really big angle here and a lot of strain over our knee, okay? So we want to completely avoid that. So really squeeze your butt on that standing leg, okay? And that'll help out. All right, so now we're gonna get back into the band here after intermission. All right, so we're gonna go with double leg reach now. So again, the band's gonna be at the base of my chest. Both of my feet are gonna be as close together as I can get them. From here, all I'm gonna do is reach forward till I start to feel my toes grab. And then I'm gonna come back up. All right, so we're gonna come in and out of this for 30 seconds, okay? So what we're doing here is we're starting to reach out of our base of support. So it's kind of helping your body say, oh, hey, I'm getting to that point where I might be a little bit unstable and I'm gonna pull myself back. So it's kind of like your body's warning system, okay? So we're just kind of warming it up, kind of testing the limits here. It's a little bit easier if you're in a lean. If you're standing more upright, you'll definitely feel your toes catch a little bit more, okay? Keep going. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so next one here we're gonna do, we've done this one before in foundations. It's a single leg march and we're alternating. So coming into our lean, okay, you can hold on to the chair or not. We're just gonna march right, left, right, left. When you step on your right or your left leg, think about squeezing that glute, okay? Just nice and easy, we're going here for 30 seconds. This is kind of like a nice little break, okay? But at the same time, it is making you balance on one leg for a split second, all right? And with any of these videos, if any of them are too easy and you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can always use a yoga mat on the floor and be balancing on that, and it'll give you a little bit harder time, actually, a little bit more feedback. Relax. So it makes your feet and your ankles work a little bit harder to maintain your balance. All right, so that's the end of training round number 1. We're gonna go back to tandem again. Band at the base of your chest. Right foot is gonna go in front of your left, okay? Hold your balance here, squeeze your glutes. Abs are nice and tight. Hold here, okay? In the PT clinic, if my patients get really good at this, I make them stand on a foam mat or a yoga mat, something like that. If they get really good at it, I make them turn their heads side to side, which is in video number 2. And then eyes closed, which is video number 3, is even harder. All right. Keep holding here for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Go ahead and switch. Right foot goes behind, left foot goes in front. All right, ready, set, and go. Abs nice and tight, squeeze your glutes. Holding here. The band does give you a little extra sense of security, just as you lean into it, like somebody's kind of supporting you a little bit, so you don't feel as if you're falling over. And again, like I said earlier, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, be a little bit more upright, or stand on a yoga mat. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna go into single leg balance now. All right, center that right leg underneath your body, pick up your left, and hold here. This one, you're definitely gonna feel your ankle and your foot kind of wobble a little bit more. If you're in tennis shoes, running shoes like I am, it's gonna be a little harder because it's cushy. If you're barefoot, it will give your body a little bit better feedback and you'll kind of feel yourself on the ground a little bit more, okay? Holding here. These two that we're doing now, the single leg balance and the tandem, you can actually do it at a countertop. So if you're on vacation or don't have your system set up, you can actually do this right at the countertop. Relax down. Go ahead and switch to that left side now. Pick up your right foot and hold. Squeeze your glute on your left side, nice and tight, keeping your hips level. Keep holding. One thing I always remind my patients is to breathe, okay? Don't hold your breath because that causes other issues, okay? In through your nose, out through your mouth. Almost there. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, so now we're gonna go into our double leg reach again. Both feet come really close together. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more upright this time. So from here, I'm gonna reach forward, kind of out of my base of support until my toes start to grip and catch. It's kind of like I'm peering over a cliff and I don't wanna fall, all right? So we're gonna go back and forth here, just going till you feel those toes catch and grab. Keep going. And you'll notice my back is nice and flat. I'm not curving at my back. My butt is sticking straight back out. And I'm actually hinging at my hip, okay? So my lower back is protected. Keep going for 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, last one here in training is this alternating march. So come into your lean, abs nice and tight, butt squeezed. Alternate your march, right, left, right, left. With each step, think about squeezing your glute on your plant leg to keep your hips nice and level. Nice, even deep breaths. Pick something 10 feet in front of you to focus on. You see my son's stuffed lion, and I'm concentrating on that. Keep going. Make sure your butt's squeezed and we're hinging it back. We're not putting our back to the butt towards your wall. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Come on, upright. All right, so that is the end of training, okay? So again, in video number 2, things get a little bit more difficult. We start turning our head side to side and nodding up and down. So our vision starts to get messed with, so our balance has to be a little bit more on point, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do next is come into a calf stretch. So I'm just gonna come on out of the band here. If you are outside, find a wall or a post. If you're inside, you can use your door frame, a wall, a countertop, what have you, okay? So from here, I'm gonna put my hands on my door frame, and my left foot's gonna come back, and my right foot comes back, left knee forward. Just gonna come into a gentle lunge here till I feel a stretch in the back of my right calf, okay? So from here, oh, I can't see my timer, there we go. make sure that your back foot is pointed straight forward, okay? And it's not coming out or turning too far in, all right? If you don't feel a stretch, take a bigger step forward with that left leg, all right? Keep holding here. We work those calf muscles, so we want to make sure we stretch them out. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Step both feet back together, and then we're going to switch sides. So my right foot goes forward, left foot goes back. Then my right knee gently bends forward. Take a quick peek at that back foot. Make sure it's lined up and straight, and my heel isn't turning in or out. You'll feel a stretch again in the back of your calf, back of your Achilles. Keep holding here. Nice little cool down. Whenever we stretch, it shouldn't feel like things are tearing apart. If you feel like things are tearing apart, back off just a little bit, all right? Keep holding. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so now we're gonna come on down to the floor. Push my chair out of the way. All right, so from here, we're gonna do some rotations. If you'd like to have a yoga mat or a towel on the ground just for a little bit of cushion, that's completely fine. I've got tile floors here, so it's a little bit cold and a little bit hard. So from here, my knees are bent and my feet are flat on the floor. I'm just gonna have my arms out to the side. I'm just gonna drop my knees side to side here, okay? Kind of like windshield wipers going back and forth. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. So what this does and why we're doing it is to give our lower back a little bit of a rest and a little bit of some TLC after we've done balance. Sometimes when we do balance, our hips and our lower back are really fighting to keep our lower body and our upper body connected and stable. So our lower back can get tight a little bit, and this can kind of just help release it, okay? Keep going here for 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, come back to center. From here, we're gonna do a knees to chest stretch. All you're gonna do is hug your knees into your chest. Okay, you'll feel a little stretch in your glutes and in your lower back. Just a nice stretch here. Breathe in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. With each exhale, if you want, you can bring your knees a little closer to your chest. If you have issues with your knees or sensitive knees, you can always put your hands underneath your knees like this and hold your legs that way. All right, so just a little bit of a modification there if you have some issues with your knees or or if they don't like to bend that much, okay? Keep holding here. Just nice and relaxing. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and legs back down. All right, we've got one more round here, so you can come on up, and we're gonna go back to our calf stretch again. All right, so my right foot is gonna go back, left knee is gonna gently bend forward, and we'll hold our calf stretch here for 30 seconds. We wanna do these stretches for 30 seconds. The reason why is because 30 seconds has been scientifically proven to be the best time that your muscles will relax and actually remember the length that you just created. If we hold it for shorter periods of time, our muscle doesn't have that muscle memory that tells it to relax and get back into that stretch. So 30 seconds is the best time to do it for. Go ahead and come back up and then switch sides. Right foot goes in front, left foot in back. Gently bend your right knee, keeping your back heel planted on the ground. Don't let your heel come up, okay? Nice, easy, deep breaths. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, one more time on the floor here. So laying down on my back. Okay, feet together, knees bent, hands down on the ground. All we're gonna do is those little rotations, those windshield wipers, just side to side. Get a nice release of our lower back. Help get some rotation in that spine too. These are great to do first thing in the morning as well. Kind of wake your body up, get it ready to move. Keep going. Just gently side to side at your own pace. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Come on back to center. Last one here, knees to chest. All right, hold here. Again, if you have sensitive knees and you'd like to put your hands underneath your knees like this, so they don't bend as much, you're not compressing them, that's completely fine. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. With each exhale, try to just bring those knees just a smidge closer to your chest. Almost there, keep going. You can close your eyes if you want. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. Okay, so that is the end of our balance class number 1. Okay, thanks guys so much for following along. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves or type it in the chat, whatever you'd like. If you have a question about form, you can share your screen if you'd like. So this is kind of a Q&A time. If you have anything troubleshooting wise, you can pick my brain. I'm here for you guys for whatever you need, okay? So again, like I said earlier, this first video is all about holds and learning the movements and trying to keep our alignment kind of intact. Then after that is video number 2. We progress on to something a little harder, and then video 3, we kind of close our eyes and take our vision out of the system. Okay, Nancy, your question. Is it normal for balance to be pretty hard the first time? Yes. Yes, it can be really hard the first few times actually, or many times. It's something that we really have to keep working at. Think about strength. Let's say that I've got some weakness in my shoulder and I can't push my arm all the way up to kind of lift, let's say a crock pot into my overhead cabinet. So what I'm gonna work on every day then are shoulder presses to make my shoulder stronger. Same thing with balance. We have to work at it every day or at least 3 to 4 times a week to really see some good gains, okay? And it does take a little while for your balance to really kind of get some good muscle memory so that, you get some good benefit from it. Selena, your question, would this be ideal for an 80-year-old woman? Yes, it is. So you can actually modify any of this stuff. The band gives you a lot better support and kind of structure. So it's kind of like somebody's holding you and giving you support as you're going through this balance. And with your chair here in the front, you always have something for your hands so that you're not kind of falling over or anything like that. So everything can be modified. So you can do it at whatever your level is. If you are really, really fearful of it and are just not sure, get everything set up, and then if you have a family member nearby, just tell them to kind of stand there and just kind of watch and kind of spot you if you need, all right? And if you're still really scared and really have some issues with balance, please go see your doctor and get a script referral for a physical therapist that can actually watch you and help you out a little bit further, okay? Let's see here, another question. For the windshield wipers, should your knees be hitting the floor on rotation? They can. If your knees don't quite get there, that's completely fine. Everybody has their own flexibility and own range of motion. So just go until you feel a gentle stretch or as far as your motion wants to go, and then reverse back to the other side. Okay, so your knees don't have to go all the way to the floor. All right. Next one here. Julie, I was unmuted earlier, but I'm not sure if you can hear me. No, I can't hear you right now. Okay, and then you said the belt on my ribs super hurts. Okay, so what you can do there, you can either shimmy it down a little bit and see if that's a little bit better. If not, what you can also do is take a hand towel and wrap it a few times around the band, and then use some like masking, I just hit my eye, use some masking tape on either side to keep that towel in place, and it'll give you a little extra padding there. Okay, and that normally, I think for everybody that I've worked with in the past with the band that's been a little bit like pinchy or doesn't really feel well, that towel really does help. And over time, your skin kind of gets used to it, and it doesn't really hurt as much either. So try that and see if it helps, okay? Also, my band was more knee height. Does that make a huge difference? So when your band is a little bit higher with any of these exercises, well, let's say for balance specifically, it shortens up the amount of slack that you have in the band. So it actually does make it a little bit easier, and it gives you a little bit a different line of pull. If I have my band all the way out, like a lot more line, I have a little bit more play, and it's a little bit harder to maintain my motion, if that makes any sense. So think about a teeter-totter, okay? If you've got the teeter-totter right in the middle, easy. If I move the fulcrum towards this side, this guy over here is going to have a lot more trouble getting that teeter-totter up and down. Same thing here. If you bring the band closer to the door, it's going to be easier. If you let the slack out, it's going to be a little bit harder. And sometimes it can depend too on your height. Like if you're a taller individual, you want the band closer to the floor, just because you're taller and you need a little bit more range of motion. For me, my kind of sweet spot is hitting right at my ankle for any of my one classes that I do. So sometimes you kind of have to play around with it just a little bit until you find that sweet spot just for you. But in between ankle to mid shin, or just below the knee is kind of what I would recommend. Okay. Oh, and you say you don't know how to adjust it as well. Okay, so Julie, the easiest and quickest way to adjust your band, actually, let me just move my computer over here just a little bit so you can see. There is actually on our website, I did a setup workshop. So if you go on our website, there is a setup workshop that shows you how everything works and how to move things up and down, so on and so forth. So just real quick, I'll show you here. I'm going to take my ring down, so slide it out of the 9-hook, all right? And then also you can see my 2 green straps were in this hook right here, so I can't move my ring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of those straps out of that hook. From here, I'm just going to lift my hook up, and then I can push my ring down to raise the band. Now to lower the band now, I'm just going to pull on that back strap. See how my ring is coming up now? And my band goes way far down to the floor. Okay, so that's how you do it. All you have to do is lift up that lever and pull until you have the proper height. Okay, once you've got it at the proper height, then take both those straps and hook it back into the 9-hook, and it's locked and ready to go. Okay, hopefully that helped. Was that good, Julie? Yeah? Okay, good. Let's see here. Anybody else have any other questions? Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you guys like it. This balance one was a little bit different than what we've done, than what I've done in the past with like kind of pain relief and strengthening. So it might not have been that heart pumping, but it's great just to kind of mix things up so that you have a well-rounded workout routine, so you keep your body challenged on multiple different ways, basically. Real quick, next week, the next class, is Tuesday the 16th at 6:30. We'll be doing neck and upper thoracic pain relief and kind of strengthening. So it's great for posture. Anybody who sits at a desk a lot, it'll show you a couple little strengthening exercises and stretches for that. And then the last class of February will be the 22nd. That's a Monday. And we'll be going over the spine flexibility class. So Again, if you guys haven't checked it out there and you want some new ideas for workouts, go to our website and click on programs. Our website actually just got completely redesigned. So the programs are really easy and accessible now, and you can find them all on there. They're also all on our YouTube channel as well. And this live class will be posted on our YouTube channel. I'd say in the next 48 hours or so. So if you want to follow along again, that's fine. You can also follow along with the balance videos that I linked you to in the chat here, or just go on our website. Okay. Let's see here. I'm glad you can make it, Geraldine. Glad you liked the class. Anybody else have any other questions, troubleshooting that I can help with? No? All right, well, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Get some good sleep tonight, and have a great rest of your week, all right? Hopefully I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, guys.